Welcome to part 4 of how to make your drums bang. This is Big Shot here from BigShotLoops.com. Now, I'm not going to be doing too much talking. This is going to be a very quick video. Now, I'm going to go a little further and show you a couple of things, and then I'm going to make you listen to the difference between when I started and the finished product of when I lay down some drums. So another trick that I'm gonna give you right now is for your hi-hats. Never have the velocities at the same position. You want them to be completely random. Okay, so make sure that they're not all the same. So usually, if you really look at what a real drummer is doing, there's no way that his hand is hitting at the right velocity on that hat on a full drum set. So you have to make sure that all of them have a random velocity for each and every MIDI. So, over here, I'm not really going to touch it. Sometimes I go here with the pen and, I just draw as I go, and it's going to randomly give like a different velocities for all the hits. But here I didn't hit on my because I have a machine studio here, so I didn't hit it with the same velocity with my finger, when I recorded it along. So this way, if you look at this section over here where my mouse is, it's not the same velocity. All right. So one more thing that I'm gonna show you too is with the master over here. I'm gonna apply pre-master that I would call. So this way, with the overall sound, it's gonna compress everything, all my drum sounds, to make sure that if something comes in too low or too loud, it's gonna actually normalize the sound that I have, apply more dynamics to it, and it's gonna make it sound better. So let's just hear what that's gonna sound like. So I'm just gonna apply the isotope ozone 5 audio unit over here, and then I'm gonna open it up. And what I like about isotope products is that they actually have presets that have been already tested and made by professional mastering audio engineers, sound engineers, and they've put a lot of presets for us to play with. So I've tested, and you depending on which genre that you're using the most, you can test them out. They put them here for you to try on. So the one that I really like overall, that I put on top over here, it's the 3-band master gentle tube. So this gives you like a pre-mastering on your sound. This way you don't go overboard, and it gives room for the artists, let's say, if they want to go in and do some more mixing, and they have like their own sound engineer or whatever the case may be. It gives you room, but it still makes your beat sound right and tight. All right, so let's test it out. I've selected this over here. Oh, sorry, I'm not gonna change the name. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna bypass it for now, and I'm gonna put it on, and you're gonna hear the difference right away. All right, so let's listen to this. That's without. That's with. So with that on, if you looked over here, it was redlining a little bit. So what we can do, we can minimize it just a tiny bit. Let's play it again. All right, so on this over here, we have an equalizer for the overall sound, we have dynamics, and we have a limiter and maximizer for the overall sound. So, it's already preset. You can kind of play with them, but I don't touch them too much because it already sounds good to me. And you have also an exciter over here, harmonic exciter. This way, it gives you a more in-depth and full range sound. And then, when you're satisfied with the sound that comes up with the preset that you chose with Ozone 5, you can go back and adjust your mix with the sound, and you can make minor adjustments and make sure that everything sounds the way you want it. It's all about your sound and what you think is supposed to sound right. So what I'm doing here is what I find that sounds right for me. It may not be the same thing for you. So the mixing is a big learning curve. It's a big process. You gotta test things out and see how it comes out for you, depending on the genres that you make. So the technique that I apply right now, it may work or not work for you depending on what you do. You know what I mean? So you got to model it and still test things out and try things out for yourself. One thing that I do is that after I finish mixing a beat, okay, right now this beat is not done because there's no melodies on it or whatever the case may be, but I tried on a lot of mediums, so I'll go the number one place that I like to test out my mixes is in the car. Believe it or not, it's one of the best places that I check everything. When I'm in the car, I can just tell when I have a good mix and a bad mix. And usually when I have a bad mix, I just come back right away, adjust whatever I need to adjust, and then try it again. I also tried on my phone, on earbuds, headphones, the radio, on the TV, and then when everything is right, then I can say, okay, my mix is good and it's ready to go. Now I exported the final cut that I've came up with the mix that I've just made over here, and I'm gonna make you listen to what I had in the beginning, because when I finished my drum pattern, I exported what I had. So I'm gonna make you listen to the difference, and you'll definitely notice the difference between the two. So if I go over here, open this. So this is the first version. Let me just put it, and this is number 2 over here. All right, so if we listen to number 1, all right, so you heard the difference. All right, so you definitely heard that the drums came more alive and they were more distributed in their own space in their overall sound, and that all of them uh, sounded better and they were all in harmony together. All right. Now, what I got for you right now is a shortcut. If you don't know all, if you think, if you're a little bit overwhelmed right now and you don't know all the things that you can add the way I did it, I'm gonna give you a shortcut. All right, I've put together a crazy drum loops pack for you to use right away, royalty free. All right, so this way you can just throw them in your DAW, throw them in the software that you're using, and right away you're gonna have a drum pattern made for you, ready to go. And all that you're gonna have to do is compose a melody on top of them, and you're gonna be inspired with them. This way you can never have beat block or be stuck on your keyboard not knowing which drum pattern to do. I'm gonna give you some ideas. So I've made that just for producers like you, giving you a shortcut on sound quality with drum patterns. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna demonstrate for you what I've put together for you, and yeah, let's go.